Assalamualaikum everyone, how are you all? I hope you're doing fine. Today I couldn't take your online class. I was somewhere busy and I had some work in the middle of that. I mean, there was electricity problem also, so I couldn't take your class. So for now onwards, just for today, I'm making a video, your recorded video, where I would be explaining the poem that is Bedeh. The following poem was written by Shafi Ahmed, who was born in Bangladesh. This is the background of the story and the poem, like who wrote this poem, what is this poem about, and why somebody wrote this poem, and what is the background story behind this poem. Okay, who was born in Bangladesh in 1937? The first person I in this poem is a river gypsy in Bangladesh. Bedeh is a name for the river gypsy. So there is a clash between the pronunciation of the word Bedeh. Some people call it Bedeh, but the real English pronunciation is Bedeh. Bedeh is the real pronunciation of this word. So the poetry often creates images in your head. After you have read or listened to the poem, choose some lines from Bedeh. Illustrate the lines you have chosen using pictures and sketches. You may choose to make the words part of your illustration. So after reading out this poem, your first assignment is that you would have to choose few lines to explain those lines, or and to explain few lines from the poem. And if you're explaining those lines, you have to illustrate those lines into your pictures or sketches. Using pictures or sketches, you have to illustrate those lines, like you can see in this picture. This is basically the poet has tried to illustrate the poem by giving the overview of the sea of Bangladesh. So let's start reading the poem better. This is the name of my clan. Okay, before reading out this poem, let's discuss the word's meaning. I mean the word pool. Clan, turbulent, to attempt, encourage, to marvel. So everyone, the first word is clan. Clan is basically the group of people relating to the same cult or blood or marriage, means those people who are in the group, those who stay in a group or those who belong from a same tribe are called clan. Turbulent correct means disruptive, means you are creating disturbance characterized by unrest or basically restlessness. Encourage means to the act of anchoring, means when a sea has to put the anchor on the seashore, then it means that it's anchorage, the act of anchoring. To marvel, express astonishment or surprise about something. When you are very surprised about something, then you say that you are marveled. So now let's go to the poem. So this is the poem. So I am going to read out this poem for you. Bedeh. Bedeh is the poem name, or some Pakistan people call it Bedeh. So this is the name of my clan. Bedeh is the name of the clan of River Gypsy, means the first person who ever is writing or introduced in this poem is the River Gypsy. I am a water gypsy on the turbulent rivers, means very mighty rivers, disturbing rivers of Bangladesh. My boat is home to me, my wife, and our children. So they feel like their boat on the river is their home. They live on the boat with family. I have some knowledge of words. So he said that, and wild herbs. He said that I have some knowledge about wild herbs and about some words. I treat snake bites. He can treat snake bites with the help of his wild herbs. Drive out evil spirits, means he can drive out all the evil spirits, and attempt thinking things which others dare not. So he tries to make an attempt to do things that others dare not to do those things. Tigers, robbers, snakes, demons, storms all seem to leave me alone. Means that he seems to be so confident that he is saying that tigers, robbers, snakes, demons, storms cannot disturb me. They all have left me alone. So let's read out the next part. My needs are small and simple. He's saying that my needs for survival are small and simple. They are easily met from day to day, from hand to mouth, from one river settlement to the next. So he's saying that my needs are fulfilled by me from day to day, means every day I struggle to fulfill my needs and they are very easy to meet. Sometimes in fine weather, I row out to the river's end. Means he's saying that at when there's good weather conditions, then they row out or they go to the end of the river's end where they can stay or where they can bargain or buy things or bring things that they need. I meet many ships at the anchorage. So while putting the anchor or settling the anchor, they meet many ships. The crew exchanges foodstuffs. Crew means the people who stay on the ship, those who work together with the river gypsies. So that people would be called crew. The crew exchanges foodstuffs, old clothes, newspapers, empty cans and bottles with my beads, bangles, bamboo toys, and seashells. Once I had a chance to board an English ship, I marveled at the ocean going craft. Means he said that once he had a chance to go to the English ship and he was very astonished and very surprised, marveled to see the big ship. But the captain, he marveled at me. But he said that the captain in English ship was marveled at him because of his great strengths and his miracles that he used to do. Not exactly the miracles, but the knowledge he had, but the hard work he used to do on the ships. But at the size of my boat, at the size of my boat, at how we had survived, at how we live. So the captain was very marveled to see his small size of boat and his how he managed to survive on the small size of boat and very limited resources. He was really marveled and how they managed to survive all along on the rivers or on the oceans. And other things, he said that he wrote down our names and other things in his notebook. He said that he has noted down his details and he said one day he would write about us. Means that captain said that one day he would write about those rivers. Gypsy. I cannot imagine why anyone would want to do that. He says that I cannot really imagine why anyone would want to do that, means why anyone would want to write about us. He was humble enough that he said he was really surprised that why would anyone want to write about us. There's not very surprised about us. We are a regular people. So let's discuss the summary. Okay class, so let's read about so river gypsy is basically, let me show you. Okay, the big ship's captain has a diary and he writes down information about river gypsy's life. So he writes about river gypsy's life. The captain will write about river gypsy. The river gypsy lives with his family on a small boat. The river gypsy can drive out evil spirits. The river gypsy, RG is a short form for river gypsy, travels from one river settlement to the next, means from one village to the next village. The river gypsy lives hand to mouth. He doesn't have anything extra, just what he needs for each day. Tigers, robbers, storms, evil spirits all leave him alone. This is what I'm telling you, the summary of the poem. He trades beads, bangles, seashells, and bamboo toys for food, clothes, newspapers, and cans and bottles. He trades with the big ship at their anchorage when the weather is good. The rivers of Bangladesh are turbulent. The river gypsy is humble. He doesn't think he is important or out of the ordinary. The river gypsy does things others won't do, like treat snakes, bites, and drive out evil spirits. The river gypsy is poor but loves his life. Bedeh is the name of the river gypsy clans. River gypsies clan. The river gypsy marveled at the size of the big ship of the captain. So that was the summary of the poem. Next thing, I'm going to give you some ideas about what you can do to write the summary of your poem. If you are asked to write the summary in the future, then you have to write the summary. For writing the summary, writing a poem summary is very important, very essential. Researching the background of the poem, like who wrote it and when, will give you vital clues in understanding the poem. If you read about the background of the poem, like who wrote it, when it was written, why it was written, then you would be able to understand the poem better. Reading the poem at least 3 times is a good idea. For writing the summary or making a illustration, then you have to read the poem 3 times at least. Mark down all your thoughts either on the poem or on paper. So mark or write down all the stuff that you have noticed in the poem. For the summary, write paragraphs that show a unit of thoughts or arguments, including an introduction and a conclusion. So this is the key points that I've told you to write a summary. Comprehension. Part 1. Apart from treating snake bites, what does the river gypsy do? क्या करता है river gypsy? Apart from treating the snake bites, and what does river gypsy do? So I would like to tell you what does he do here. Okay. Okay, I would like to tell you the question number 1 answer. Okay, apart from treating the snake bites and from getting out the evil spirits, handling with combating evil spirits, what does he do? He trades beads, bangles, seashells, and bamboo toys for food, clothes, newspapers, and cans and bottles. This is what he does. Okay? Except snake bites, or he does. What does the river gypsy do in fine weather? What does he do in fine weather, everyone? When there is a fine weather, he row out to the river's end to meet many ships at the anchorage. The crew exchanges foodstuffs, old clothes, newspapers, empty cans, and bottles with my beads, bangles, bamboo toys, and seashells. Okay? What is it about the river gypsy that causes the captain to marvel about him? He marvels about the river gypsy because he used to live in a very small boat with his family and with his wife and children, and he managed to survive on the turbulent river of Bangladesh. So he was astonished how he used to survive on the small boat. What does the captain do with his notebook? The captain wrote the details about the river gypsy, and he told them that he would write about them one day. What gives the reader the impression that the river gypsy has a humble opinion of himself? Because he thinks that he's an ordinary man. Why would anyone want to write about himself? And he is out of just extraordinary. He's not out of the ordinary. He's just an ordinary human being that reflects in his humble and kind reflection. So everyone, that was all for today. I hope you have understood it well. I'm going to share this video with you when next time we will have online class. I will interact with you and I will ask you questions about it, and we will discuss the looking closely questions also. Take care, Allah Hafiz.